Opinion, point of view. This is Prime News.
Yeah, I'm angry. I'm hurt and bruised. She done the job. She needs to be punished. I didn't do anything wrong.
Can you believe that someone shoved that 100-year-old Walmart greeter because she was taking too long checking a receipt? It's the holiday season, but we've got at least 3 instances of just downright uncivil behavior. 2 of them are attacks on the elderly, including one in Florida caught on camera. Look at this. Now, cops in Delray Beach say that is a 12-year-old boy and his dad beating up an 83-year-old man in a Target parking lot. It started when Dad backed up his Corvette and nearly hit the elderly man. The Corvette's vanity plate, Quicksilver, helped police track down that duo. Meanwhile, in Virginia Beach, a fight allegedly over a big screen TV led to the stabbing of a 15-year-old girl. But here's the worst part. The suspect is a 46-year-old woman. And let's not forget the overall rudeness of Black Friday. What's going on here? Are the holidays making it worse? Taking your calls and comments, 877-TEL-HLN. Joining me now, psychologist Catherine Smerling and lifestyle and etiquette expert Elaine Swann. Elaine, let me start with you. Is this learned behavior or are people just born rude?
You know what? People become rude. I think that's what it is. And it absolutely is a learned behavior. We start out being taught how to behave ourselves and to treat people decently, but people are just absolutely out of control right now.
Now, I don't know about this 12-year-old, what he's being taught, Catherine, because his dad's in the car. The 12-year-old gets out, starts beating up on an 83-year-old man in the Target parking lot. You know everyone's out holiday shopping. My goodness, what's going on here?
I say shame on you, Mr. Hochstadt. As far as I'm concerned, you've lost your parental rights. You need more than anger management, but you need parenting classes. And your son needs a little bit of reality about the value of wisdom and the value of elderly people. So I think this is not the first time that Mr. Hochstadt has been under arrest for anger management. And he attended anger management classes, which obviously did nothing for him. So he needs to go into a deeper therapeutic session in which he understands what his triggers are and what are those things that kind of push him to act in a paranoid fashion, like, I'm going to get you before you get me.
Yeah, watch out. The 83-year-old man is going to get me. You know, he's going to scratch my Corvette. This is insane. Let's go to the phone lines. I want to hear from the folks at home. Lisa's in Florida tonight. Lisa, what happened to civility in our society?
You know, I don't know. I'm really upset about the whole thing. It's a tradition for me to go shopping the day after Thanksgiving. I actually started Thanksgiving Day and went through the night, didn't get to sleep until Friday evening. But I was at Kohl's. Of course, they open at 3 a.m., and I showed up 2 hours earlier with my 14-year-old daughter in tow. Really excited. We bought a stool. We were messing around on our phones all morning. And I noticed we were probably about 100 people back from the front of the line, and there was a large crowd gathering in the parking lot. And I'm like, these people are not cutting. I didn't get up in the middle of the night to stand here so people could cut in front of me. So I went up to the front of the store, started banging on the door to try to get a manager or something to control the crowds, and they were kind of ignoring me. So then I said out loud in front of all the crowd, I said, listen, people, I didn't get up and stand in line for 2 hours with my daughter so you can cut in front of me. That's just rude. And this one lady was very physical. She actually pushed me back, but then the entire crowd started breaking out in applause and saying, way to go, because I think people are just tired of it.
It's unbelievable. Lisa, I'm glad you and your daughter are okay. Elaine, how should we, my concern here is, how do we teach our children? Should schools be part of teaching just plain, you know, common sense courtesy to each other?
In my opinion, I think it really starts at home, because regardless of what a school teaches, regardless of what the teachers teach, it really starts at home with the parents. And even, for example, with the caller that just called in there, when people are being rude, they really don't care about you. They're really thinking about themselves. They're not thinking about the other person. And so it definitely starts at home. That's why we see this situation with the young man and his dad. The kid is beating up the man and the dad is helping with it. Yeah. That started there at home.
Let's take a listen to Larry Blank. He was the victim in that parking lot. Take a listen to what he had to say.
Sonny, please, you got a whole future ahead of yourself. Don't ruin your future. He's only 12 years old. For God's sakes, why in heaven we have children like this.
Catherine, I'm wondering, this 12-year-old, if he's at this point already, is this someone who can turn it around?
He possibly can turn it around, but with a father like that, it might be a little bit harder to do if, in fact, he lives with his father. As I understand it, the son was visiting from Southern California, so the parents are obviously divorced. So maybe this is not a habit that he has in Southern California and only when he's with his father. But this is learned behavior. This is definitely learned from our parents. This is a role model. And I will bet you that this man, Mr. Hochstead, was also abused in some way or shape.
Yeah, it could be very cyclical.
Get away from him.
That could be very true,
yes,
but
generational.
You know, that could be very true, but my thing is, you know, there's enough information out here for us to know that even if we're treated, you know, badly at home or what have you, we can get beyond that and start treating people nicely.
Absolutely.
It's not just
say
the holiday
please,
season.
say thank you. Unfortunately, I have to be rude now and cut everyone off because we're out of time. Catherine and Elaine, thank you both so much. Straight ahead on Prime News.